After the Credits Show.
I am Metal D, and this is
Mike.
All right.
And we're here to, well, you're here to review another movie.
Exactly.
And that movie is The Way Back.
Yes. Wow. Saw this movie on Sunday, and boy, am I glad that I did. This movie stars, if you don't know anything about it, Steve Carell, Toni Collette, Sam Rockwell, Anna Sophia Robb, and a newcomer, Liam James. But I don't think he's really been in any movies prior to this. I think he's been in a few TV shows and whatnot. But this right here is the sleeper hit of the summer, I think. There's not a lot of people out there. The people that have seen this are talking about it, but there's not a lot of people out there that have seen it. But it's starting to get more word of mouth. It's starting to get more momentum, and there are going to be a lot of people that go see this. An absolute fantastic cast. I mean, everybody in this movie was absolutely fantastic. There was nothing wrong with the performances whatsoever in this movie. They were dead on perfect. It's a story that everyone can relate to. It's a coming-of-age story about an awkward kid whose mother is seeing a guy who has a daughter, and this guy really isn't a huge fan of his, and kind of tells him that right when the movie starts. Granted, he is an awkward kid, and I think that everybody can relate to this because either they were that kid or they knew somebody that was that kid. Right. It's a well-written story that moves at a great pace, and
comedy, drama.
It's got a little bit of both, and this kid, his name is Duncan, and he's looking for this escape. He's looking to get away from his from Steve Carell and his mother, for that matter, when they go to this beach house for the summer, and he just doesn't want to be, stuck with them all the time. So he ends up hopping on this girl's bike and goes to a water park and starts hanging out with people there, and there he finds himself finally. And
right, hopefully everybody when they were younger found that place where they went, where there were people like them, people that accepted them. For me, it was a video store or the comic book store.
Right. And he got accepted there, and you really rooted for this kid because he was so awkward, and you wanted him to find himself. And when he does, and seeing how everything unfolds and whatnot, it's just a fun watch, and these characters were so either dislikable, like Steve Carell's character, or they were very likable, like Duncan, and like his love interest, which was Anna Sophia Robb. Even his mother, the way that she was going through, her relationship with Steve Carell, you still wanted to have her success too, and it was just a fantastic movie. I love this movie, and I cannot recommend it enough for people to go out there and go see it. If you've already seen it, let me know what you think, because I think that if you've seen it, you're going to like it. If you haven't, go out and see it. I know it's not playing everywhere. It's maybe playing on maybe 1,000 screens, perhaps in the in the U.S.
And luckily enough, we got it here.
Luckily enough, we got it here. It's so far had a 2-week run here, and it might even be here for a 3rd week. I don't know, because of the release slate that's coming out this week. But if you have a chance to see it, go out and see it. You will love this movie. I guarantee it. My final grade for this one, I'm going to give it a solid A. I enjoyed it that much.
Wow.
And, the performances were great. The story was great. Everything was awesome about this movie. The one thing that I really didn't care about, that didn't really explain all that much, and I don't know that it really needed to, was what his mother saw in Steve Carell in the first place.
Right.
To get them together, because he just came across, immediately when the movie started, as being an asshole.
Well, does the fact that it's told from Duncan's point of view maybe affect that?
It probably does, but you would still think that you would see, okay, what does she see in this guy to put Duncan through this? But, it wasn't really fully explained, and I don't know that it really needed to, but, that was just one aspect that, if you're going to find fault with it at any time, it would be that. But there is not a lot not to like in this movie. There was a lot of stuff in it. Great coming-of-age story. Highly recommended. Go see it. And since 2013, we've been reviewing movies
for your pleasure.